Hey guys, I hope you got some great ideas over the past month while you've been watching and learning. Hope you have also broke through some limiting beliefs on what is possible. Today, we're gonna jump into the world of commission-based selling. I know a lot of people have told me before that, Brian, I'm not a salesperson. My answer is always the same. You are, but you just don't realize it. You're trying to sell me on the fact that you can't sell. That's sales. All the time this happens, whether you're trying to impress a guy or a girl on a date or show off to your friends. We are selling something all the time. Sometimes we're conscious of it, sometimes we're not. Now, when you think of commission sales, you probably think of realtors or a car salesman. Sometimes they have a type of sleazy or slick stigma to them. They are good and bad ambassadors for each business around. Don't judge the masses by a few. I jumped into my first 100% commission role after I had been back from university a couple of years. Let's see, the network marketing didn't work out, the tie pants didn't work out, the bank put me back in the same position I left after getting my degree, so what the heck? Let's try the commission-based role was my thought. I went 100% commission with the bank as a road rep selling mortgages, and basically I ate what I killed. This was extremely stressful as I had just purchased my first house, which was a duplex. We're gonna talk about more on buying real estate next month, so stay plugged in for that. Even though I did not have to make a lot of money to survive, I was in my mid-20s and didn't want to starve. Getting into this commission role was an easier decision for two reasons. One, because I had tried other things, I learned lots from it, so I knew what I had to do to be successful. And two, I did not have a huge house, a big car payment weighing over my head. I made choices in order to make sure that the stress on my finances was manageable and not paralyzing. If your little voice in your head is saying you cannot go commission because your expenses are too high, then you have to start making some changes, and you have not done the work. As we talked about in the first lesson, have you made any major changes yet for your necessities and your budget? I made a choice to drive a car that did not have a huge payment. In addition, put myself in a duplex where my living costs will be subsidized. You can do the same. The question is, will you make that choice? You do not have to sacrifice forever, only to get to your FIA number and live a life of choice, not of necessity. So back to selling mortgages. The good thing in this situation is that it forced me to go out and do the work. I knew that if I sat at home, nothing would happen. I was not going to get any business sitting on my butt in my PJs waiting for the phone to ring. The first year I was able to double my income, going from 30K to 60K in 1 year was amazing, I thought. I never would have gotten this type of raise had I stuck it out and worked twice as hard at the bank. There's no way. The flip side to that is that I felt like I worked harder than I ever had before. I felt like I was working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The reality is that I was thinking about work all the time, but not actually working. We will cover this in the other lesson involving focus, which if this sounds like you will get a tremendous benefit out of it. Even though I was thinking about work all the time, the benefit was that all my efforts would be rewarded. If I worked harder and longer, I would get more mortgages and essentially make more money. If I slacked off and did nothing, then I would have no one to blame but myself. This started to really pay off when I doubled my income again in my second year. The first year I made over $100,000 was amazing. It was at that moment I could actually see the accomplishment of my FIA number. I did work really hard, but if I worked just as hard at a job, I would not have seen the same results. Now, for those of you who think commission is risky, I'm gonna challenge that. When you are commissioned and take full responsibility for your life, the only one that can eliminate your job is you. You are in control. As you are selling for a living and are able to sell anything when you get into this role, if you are an employee, you actually have zero control of what your boss, your organization does with your job. If they decide to close your division, you're out of the job. No questions asked. This, in my mind, has always been a riskier way to go than working for yourself and going for a commission-based job. Your accountability assignment. I want you to job shadow someone who is in the commission-based world for at least half a day. You can pick someone from your mentor assignment if you choose, or someone in a completely different industry. Depending on the stage you're at in your mission, if you're well on your way in something that you love or already in a commission-based role, Good for you. Then find someone in a complementary business. Being a mortgage broker for a long time, I learned a ton of knowledge from understanding realtors, financial planners, insurance brokers. Our businesses were not exactly the same, but when it comes to sales, people are people. Go to the forum section of this lesson and download the accountability assignment for this activity. Then, once you have completed it, send it in to accountability@mission35.com. Don't move forward until you have done the work. There's no benefit for you speeding through the exercise. Make it count. This is your chance to do it. Make this a fabulous day, guys.